So I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I've always just made instructional videos for my class and felt like maybe there's a way I could get more of an impact out there and help out more people. So I'm going to try to make some content for other teachers. And I'm here at the Building Thinking Classrooms Conference in Seattle. We had a great first day yesterday. I met a lot of amazing people, learned some new things that I'm going to try out next year in the classroom. And I just wanted to share a couple ideas with you. And I'm going to also start working on putting resources up and linking everything together because I've made all these things and I want to share them with other people. And then also hopefully you'll share stuff with me and we'll both get better at it. So a couple, big takeaways that I had from the first day and really from my first year of using Building Thinking Classrooms is you got to try it out. You gotta try it. You gotta see what it feels like in your own classroom. My colleague read the book over the summer before last school year and was like, "Ian, I want to try this out." I I read it in August right before school started. I was like, "Let's do it." So we tried it out. We moved all our furniture around. We were getting whiteboards. We got like the shower board from Lowe's, and we figured it out. And it was messy, but it was addicting. As soon as we tried it, classroom was loud in a good way. Like I have never been able to get my kids to talk to each other about math. And it was amazing. And I never looked back from that first couple days and all the messiness and all the furniture problems and not having the right whiteboards and not really knowing how to write a lesson and all of that. The amount that we gained from the student discourse was worth all the messiness. So I knew I was like, okay, I'll figure out these problems. I would rather work on these problems than go back to the way I was doing it before, where it was quiet and slow and boring in the classroom. Um, so just try it. Like honestly, see it for yourself. Try it out in your own classroom. The second thing I'd say is like make sure you find a partner or partners. It's too much to do it all by yourself. You're like kind of giving yourself a whole new prep and a new way of thinking about things. And there's all this little troubleshooting that you need to do and emotional support, And so, like, if you don't have someone in your building, reach out online. Reach out to me, reach out to somebody, go on a Facebook group, there's people out there who are doing it, and everybody who I've met here wants to help other people do it. So there is a supportive network out there, whether that's in your building or out online. Find some people, share where you're at, they'll help you out. So please don't try to do it all by yourself. Just to kind of give an example of like how much of an impact it made at the end of the 23-24 school year, my colleague and I were both disgruntled. Like I was applying to new jobs. I was thinking about jobs outside of education because it just felt like no matter what we did, same sort of results were happening in the classroom. And then couldn't find something that fit exactly what we needed, So we were like, okay, we're going to go give it one more year. She brought this book. We tried it out. It was addicting, and the successes kept going to the point where I won a state finalist for presidential award for teaching this year. And the lesson I did was just a regular Algebra 1 lesson. It wasn't some fancy, dog and pony show. It was like Wednesday's lesson. The kids were normal kids, and that lesson was apparently award winning. And the big change, because I had applied 2 years ago and didn't get it, the big change between 2 years ago and now was how much discourse was happening in the classroom, how engaged the students were. Like I was moving from group to group to group and having conversations, and when I wasn't there, they were having conversations. And they were looking at what's that other group doing and how can I get the next problem? So like it was truly transformative from not being an award-winning teacher to winning an award, from being a disgruntled teacher to winning an award, and now my colleague and I are going to present at this conference this afternoon. So it was like huge transformation in our teaching practice. Another big point I want to hit is I taught Algebra 1 and I also taught IB high-level math. So we don't have AP, we have IB, but both ends of the spectrum. My Algebra 1 kids, some of them have second grade level math skills according to IXL. So they're coming in with second grade all the way through ninth grade, huge range of abilities. My IB kids are all doing college level math. But for both of those ends of the spectrum, the same building thinking classrooms principles were effective. Sometimes I would even give them the same non-curricular task that I just had given my algebra kids. I'd give it to my high level IB kids. And of course they'd run in different directions, and the complexity, the abstraction would be different. But the way that you launch it and the way that you facilitate it and the routines that you have in your classroom were remarkably similar, even though those are two very different types of students. And that was just really eye-opening, because it's like the same things work when you have your students engaged in learning. And I just really love how I feel that I could go to any level, the different ages. I could go up to college, and I'm sure with adult learners, I've done a couple PD things, and the way that you do it when people are engaged, they like lose track of time, and you lose track of time too. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of, make sure you're getting through your lesson, and they go off in all these different directions. And so it's really a beautiful thing that fits in different levels. So don't be scared. Don't just do it only with your high level kids, or don't only do it with your low level kids. It's not a remediation tool. It's not an acceleration tool. It's a framework that'll help you have engaged students. And then the last thing I want to say just in this video here is, it's not going to be perfect. We implemented it for 1 year. Definitely not perfect. We have so many things that we are going to change for next year. Some of them are things I got at this conference that I'm definitely going to change for next year. We needed different structures. We were learning all throughout it. It's not like a magic bullet. Kids are still kids. You're still going to have kids with huge skill gaps. At the end of the year, I still had my Algebra 1 kids with huge skill gaps. But this framework led to a much more successful year, a much more engaging year, a much more fun year for the kids and for me. I had a lot more fun. I got to know my kids better. I got to see their strengths a lot more. I also got to see their weaknesses, and I could intervene. So it was really a transformative experience. And now I'm going into year 2 and really looking to refine it and try to spread the word, share the resources. So please get in touch, comment. I'm going to get some links going here, and I hope to keep doing this. So thanks for watching, and we'll stay in touch.